Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty intriguing stuff to go and talk about. Now, first and foremost, it's not going to be the best news because it's also just in regards to bots and the overall ongoing botting issue. And I'm sure you guys can probably go and pertain and guess on what this drop was botted and which drop was botted. I'm sure you guys can probably tell pretty quickly. But as well, there's part two of this to kind of have a little bit more of a slightly lighter, humory side, where it seems like actually one bot group didn't even turn on their bots and did not even have the bots on for this drop itself. So while it is kind of sad to go and see, we're going to talk about the issue and talk about the successes and talk about like just the overall mediocrity of this most recent Amazon drop, which I kind of did in my previous video, not to double harp on a similar topic, but just it's kind of sad to go and see and seeing all these issues non-stop, especially with how many bots are in there. So let's go talk about that. Let's talk about the numbers, and apparently some of the numbers as well may have been leaked on how much total stock was actually available for this drop. And I'm not sure entirely how much that was or how true it is, but we just have lots to go talk about in regards to this. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, which is now still on the overdue side, as well as the PS5, all the other ones as well. Twitter and Twitch stream down below, Weeble and Coinbase down below, all the affiliates and stuff as well. And let's go dive into the video. So the sad news, you guys can probably go and tell by the title what I'm about to say and kind of how it's always been for these previous Amazon drops. This Amazon restock was, as we even kind of alluded to before earlier on today, was heavily destroyed by bots. Now, I'm sure you guys know, and it kind of stinks because I feel like every other big major retailer, such as, Walmart, has kind of stepped up. Best Buy kind of stepped up. Even GameStop in regards to GameStop Pro, and then part 2 with bundles, although it's not the best way to go and do it, has at least in some regards stepped up a little bit. But Amazon, and maybe I was just being too much hopefulness or something in my body, I don't know. I kind of had a little baby faith that this drop was going to be slightly better. I had a little baby bit of faith because with the preemptive marketing and like tweeting and like they actually had the specific date and time that this Amazon drop would have been better. And I talked about this in the earlier in the day video, but it wasn't. It wasn't a good restock. It wasn't a good drop. It was just a massive disappointment. And everything from it so far just made me basically look at my phone, look at my tweet when I sent it, looked at pretty much everyone else's responses, and then wanted to go and sit there and cry because just barely any single people got a drop. I almost want to look tonight and go and see too as well through my analytics because I highly doubt a single person got their console. Now, that's the most annoying part of it because it does kind of seem like this drop was heavily botted. So let's go through talk about this for a little bit over here too as well. Well, we probably could have assumed that a lot of the stock was pretty much instantly sold out within 5 minutes. Like if you have a console drop, sometimes it'll last at least longer than that, or at least we have a few minutes, or at least we have a few people that are like, hey, I finally got my console, and they're proud, they tweet about it, or hey, oh my god, it's been so long, I finally got it, or oh my god, I'm so happy. And for this one, I just saw sad, I just saw dogs, Amazon dogs, I just saw pretty much everything that's just not fun and not good happening all throughout this drop. And it kind of makes me sad too because we've seen so much of these. Like I even looked through some like the botting success groups too as well, and it just stinks because there's just so many people like just going through the line upon line upon line upon line of people being like, oh my god, I finally got a console, oh my god, and like just even going and scrolling through just some of these. Like these are just like little baby random reports for people that just show up and stuff like this. This is in regards to, like the seller where it's like, hey, here's all my nice like little Amazon consoles I'm getting. Here's even more successful ones too as well, mixed on in. Here's more successes mixed on in. You guys look at all the totals just non-stop over and over and over and over and over again when it comes to people checking out, when it comes to people getting their consoles. And this is literally, as you guys can see, like there's a lot of them when it comes to this stuff. Like these botters always like to brag about it. They always like to go and be like, hey, look at how many we got, let's go. And it makes me sad too because as we go through it, like this is literally to me for like the exact time that I kind of remember, this was essentially right when it went live. This was like, it was supposed to go live at 10 o'clock too, which is still upsets me that Amazon like went and took so long. But this is like the first time where it seemed like it properly like clicked on the gears. Like they basically had the light switch and they flipped it on right like around 10:20. And you guys are seeing if there's the exact specific moment for these drops, this is exactly when everything kind of started to like get in the flow of things. And it stinks because it just shows, and some other also botting groups too as well have gone and shown and bragged about it, and it's every single time. And I don't like bringing attention to it too as well, but just in the sake of Amazon, I really wish that Amazon would do better. And I hope I don't have to make a video like that tomorrow because I just feel it in my soul. Like if you guys want to leave your thoughts on that too as well, I just generally feel like in my mind, we're going to have a similar video tomorrow. And not because I want to milk it or keep on talking about it, but more so I want to just bring a light to it because this is Amazon, the biggest retailer out of all of these, out of all the big restocking groups, the Walmarts, Best Buys, Targets. Well, Amazon is the largest one. Amazon has their own multi-billion-dollar Amazon hosting services. Amazon is like the one company you would expect to be able to go deal with anti-botting measures, and just time and time and time again, they just kind of give up on it and let people just go buy out whatever. Like they literally do not care. They're like, whoever buys it, we don't care. Just whatever's on the stocks moving, we don't care. And it stinks because I really thought they would do something else. I really thought with them tweeting about it and mentioning it and all this stuff and making sure it's Amazon Prime that it would have been a good change. It would have been solid. But all these botters and all these talks just basically get yoinked out. And it stinks because people are especially excited for the PS5 Digital. Now, we are still expecting the PlayStation 5 Disc Edition, so there is still a chance for you guys to get your consoles probably tomorrow. It should be confirmed tomorrow, maybe that our next video. But it stinks because it just was so heavily botted. Like I said, there's just so many checkouts overall, and there's other botting groups too. It's not only like the Stellar, although that's kind of like the one of the more well-known ones. There is other botting groups out there that basically had just yoink stock. They just took as much stock as they could, and it stinks because the PS5 Digital still have a really good markup. I would actually probably say if scalpers had the choice between the two, they'd rather go for the PS5 Digital because it makes more money. They have a lower cost of entry, and I think the scalping price is pretty similar. People are down to pay around the same price. So they're making even higher margins, and that's why this drop was even worse. Now, we'll be kind of curious to see how tomorrow goes for the PS5 Disc Editions, or even maybe throughout the night. There's always that small chance it does actually restock today. I'm probably going to assume it's going to be more tomorrow, though, but it can kind of go either or. Just, be on your toes, be ready. But it stinks because this is definitely it was so botted. It was just destroyed. And it was even worse botted because when it comes to this stuff, it literally was just instant wipeout within 2-3 minutes, where like I said before, I don't think a single normal person got it, as in my previous video. And it just makes me sad. So I'm going to hope that tomorrow is going to be slightly better. I kind of doubt it. We can still be on the lookout for it, or just whenever the next PS5 disc drop actually does go and happens. But man, it just hurts. It just hurts to see this after time and time again. It hurts seeing all the checkouts. It hurts seeing people being hyped up about it, and then it hurts seeing that normal people just didn't get their consoles. So at least to kind of do a little bit of a lighter video on this one, because it is sad seeing all this stock, and I really hope that tomorrow's not going to be the same way with me making the same video with the same complaints talking about it. Funny enough thing, there's actually another bot that we've actually even showcased and talked about on this channel itself, and this one's actually called Snailbot. Now, it might almost be kind of an ironic name for this one, because apparently this bot wasn't even turned on for the drop. So while I'm not happy we're seeing other botting groups going on, I'm not happy seeing other people getting consoles, botting people getting consoles. It's funny because there's this random bot, and we've covered this channel bot before, and they've been very quiet, funny enough. Where they even try to make a tweet being like, hey, apparently there's going to be some restocks this week. You guys want to try to go get some? Y'all want to try to go get some consoles? You want to go and spend some money on our subscription fees? So try to do your best to go be a scalper and botter, which is gross. Don't do it. You're just making someone else rich. It's the same metaphor of always. You don't want to be the person digging for gold. You want to be the person selling shovels. These are the people that are selling the shovels itself. Just better not to interact with them. But it's funny because even for this one too, where you've seen some of these numbers say for this one, we're literally they're saying that the consoles weren't even bought because the bot wasn't even turned on. And I'm very surprised to see this because apparently I'm not sure how much of the 30,000 number seems accurate or not. I would actually love to do a little bit more deeper diving into that and reach out to some folks and see. But for this one, seeing a botting group still getting 600 consoles, that's kind of still a lot. At the end of the day, that's still a decent chunk, especially if you're seeing all the other botting groups doing pretty well too as well. But I'm kind of curious to see if the 30,000 number seems about right. We've seen other previous leaks around the 15 marks or so, 15-20 marks or so. It's around 35,000 consoles or so, give or take, and it has been a little bit more on the quieter side, so it actually is realistic. But it's kind of funny too as well because literally people themselves dude, people never told the devs about the drop never happened. So funny enough, I think anyone who was a part of that either had a lot of issues or didn't have as many successes, which I would say at the end of the day is a good thing. We don't like seeing these botters and scalpers getting stock because they kind of just this could have been over. If basically if all these botters turned off their stock right this second, probably within the next month, almost all of us would have our consoles, and at the end of the day, we're chilling. But they kind of like to keep and maintain as much people buying that stuff because if they're making money, they're making money. So it's kind of annoying, but I guess what can you do? But it is kind of funny to see that apparently it just didn't even work for some folks out there. They were trying to go and buy and get their consoles that way. So I don't know. I'm just going to kind of complain about the usual. I feel like I'm going to probably talk about this even tomorrow, so it's just a lame video to make. But I just want to say I do appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Give me your thoughts and comments down below. We have the Amazon links as always. We're going to still be waiting for the disc drop probably tomorrow. If you guys want to go check that out, link down below with the Twitter and Twitch stream as well. We have the Weeble and Coinbase. If you guys want to sign up and deposit $1, get a bunch of free stock, free money, free crypto. Twitter and Twitch stream. If you guys want to hang out and chill over there. Amazon links too on top of that. And I'll see you guys play later on tonight and tomorrow for a lot more brand new videos. Love you guys.